Call to order. Meeting is called to order. Certification of compliance with open meeting law.
It's open.
Door is open. Roll call.
Paul?
Here.
Bradsett? Here. Natrup?
Here. Approve meetings from June 14th town board meeting and minutes from June 16th special town board meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and approved to approve the minutes from June 14th town board meeting and minutes from June 16th special town board meeting. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried. Approve bills as presented.
The first one we have was for We Energies by the airport, $155.40. Northwest Services for the work that they performed, $11,831.50. CenturyLink, which is our web service, email service, $112.58. Another one for We Energies for street lighting, $54.35. Badgerland Disposal, which is our garbage and our recycling, $9,393.86. Jefferson County Highway, $3,714. Another Northwest Services for $9,815.50. Lynch and Associates, which is our engineering company, $11,888.53. Bender and Larson, which is our legal staff, $1,443. APG Southern, which is the newspaper. We had 3 liquor licenses that we had to have published. The people getting the liquor licenses pay us the money and then we pay the newspaper for that, so that was $208.12. Jefferson County Highway, $117.56. The Village of Palmyra, it's a recreation donation. It's in contract, $5,000. Jefferson County Treasurer, a gentleman came in and wanted to pay his second half of his taxes, $4,854 sent over to them. Jonathan Hooper for our cemetery work, $300. The Village of Palmyra for the EMS and the fire contract, the third quarter, $27,037.50. Larry's salary, $369.40. Winona's salary, $230.87. Dick's salary, $230.87. Laura's salary, $2,154.83. And then I did have an additional one that just came in today, this afternoon, which was for a M&E tree service, which was for $2,850. Roll call vote. Call.
Yep.
Bradsett. Approved. Yes. Natrup.
Approved, yes.
Public comment? Anybody, anything? No? Okay. Reports? No, we need that.
Oops. Thank you, sir. Treasurer's report. In the general fund, we have $135,669.16. In the tax account, we have $110,790.34. In the LGIP general, we have $108,633.04. In the LGIP fire and EMS, we have $2.69. The airport, we have $59,973.96. And the LGIP airport, we have 55 cents.
Move to approve.
Second.
The move to approve the treasurer's report. Been seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion's carried. Highway.
The Little Prairie reconstruction has been completed and the lines are in at the intersection of Z and Little Prairie. And the restoration work on that corner in particular, there was a bunch that was dug up and it's been replanted and seeded and so forth. We don't have the total billing on that yet, but when we get it, we will fill out the appropriate forms for the reimbursement from the grant. And We pay the bills first out of the money that we borrowed, and that is in our account at Elmira. Actually, it's at Whitewater. And then we get reimbursed from the grant, but we have to fill out that form. And we'll probably get some help from the county on filling that out. We've had the Blue Spring Lake area that got tore up last spring has been finished and repaired. The county did that, and that was one of the bills that we saw. We did a little sign work, but we've got some more sign work to do, and we will likely have the county do that as well. They've been very cooperative in doing that when they're out here, so they don't have to make a special trip and so forth. None of it is real pressing. The one that was pressing over last weekend, we took care of it. It was a stop ahead sign on Zion Road that got broken off. And they were out here last Tuesday, I think. I called them on Monday. They were out here Tuesday taking care of. We've had, in the last week, 2 huge trees come down on Tamarack. And I did another 2. I've been out there more times than I really care to.
Go get your tree house.
One came down, it was about that big around, and I think it hit the other one because it came down 2 days later, and it was this big around.
Are they both box elders?
No, I don't know. They were all chopped up. I took care of it right away. But I think it would be prudent, because it costs an arm and a leg for him to make an emergency call, as opposed to going out there and doing some proactive work. It looks to me like there's trees that are not if they're going to come down, it's when they're going to come down. Some dead branches hanging over the road. Tamarack is just, it's a disaster. So I think I'll get a hold of Mike and we'll do a tour and maybe just take some of those down that are going to come down. Avoid that emergency.
Right away?
Huh? They are on the right of way.
Okay.
Yep.
So I was gonna say otherwise, it might be an already take it down.
Well, we take them down on the right of way and put them on the DNR land.
Well, I was thinking save us, because it might take it.
They won't do it.
They won't do it.
No. Mike has already explored that with them.
Okay.
Yep. That's all I've got for now.
Did you review the bills?
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
We're required by the auditor to personally review all the bills every month. Do you have anything on the highway?
Well, I just wanted to say, I already told Dick, but I might as well tell you guys. All the brushing is done on Thayer Road, Island Road, Hooper to the northwest and up to Bluebird and up into the turnaround. That's all done. We just gotta do all the brushing with the machine to brush. And now we're just gonna go through and take all the smaller ones that are already leaned over that actually hit the plow truck while you're driving. We'll come and take the ones that the brush tractor couldn't get down. The brush tractor is way cheaper than doing it all by hand,
Right.
so.
It's not pretty, but it goes away.
Yeah, well, actually, the guy that does mine, if you go down there and look, it looks good, because he takes them to the ground.
Oh,
Whatever
okay.
we can't take to the ground, that's when we come in with the
You come and
saw.
go through it. Yeah, you did that on Merritt Road.
Yeah,
Look
and
nice
there's-
look nice when you're done.
There's like 5 or 6 stumps that we cut right to the ground that are like 4 foot high right now, that are where, when we mow, we have to drive around them, that you're always getting buckthorn growing up. So I'll probably, since they're there cutting them trees, I'm gonna have them drop those stumps completely out. So when we mow it, it keeps that from coming back, and then you end up having to pay to have us come back and cut them off again. When the
On
mowing,
Marion Road, you just put them by my house.
Yep.
The stumps.
yep.
And you did do the mowing.
Yes, mowing's done, yep.
Did you guys mow the north end of Marion Road? That belongs to, or do you just do that?
That belongs to Hebron, but you guys, well, hold on. It is mowed, we don't know who owns it. So I haven't billed for it, the same as I don't, they're working on those 3 patches where the road was destroyed and we put the road in.
Right.
And I still haven't been paid for that because Hebron says it's yours and you guys say it isn't yours, and so I'll just wait until somebody,
And I haven't heard from them.
Hebron?
Yeah.
Well, I'm leaving right here to go to their meeting, so I'm gonna talk to them about
The
it.
last time the road was damaged, it was Hebron's. Farther south, it was Hebron's. Now north, they're saying it's not theirs. But Dodge Concrete ultimately should be paying for that. But if Hebron doesn't want to go to court with it's their problem, but.
Are you guys sharing that road half and half though? Because,
No.
The town, you know where that, where Falkers live on the hill?
yeah, Ed always told me is when I drove over the hill and that new asphalt was
Where
started.
the new asphalt start, that's where the town of Palmyra's road start. North of that belongs to Heber.
Yeah.
And so we gotta get the county to confirm that.
And all the way on the very north end is Sullivan. You know where the Sullivan?
Yep, oh yeah, I knew that part, but there is a Palmyra address down there on the east side of Marion. One house, that one that has the horses, that's got a Palmyra sign out front. All the rest of them say Hebron. So I was wondering if you guys had the east side and Hebron had the west side. But
No.
as I always understood it, just like we just said, Ed always told me where that asphalt starts over the
Right.
crest of the hill is your responsibility.
We have to call or somebody from county highway and get it straightened out, but I'm sure that Ed Miller knew where that was. He went through that.
Well, he drove all the roads with me and showed me where this is this,
Right,
this
right.
is this. So
I'm sure he's right.
He went
but
to the county and straightened that out.
He went to the county and they told him that's what it was.
Okay, well,
Hebron
I'll-
is in denial.
I will tell them that tonight, and then we'll see.
Some
what we
people don't know who the president is, so all this kind of stuff goes on, you know.
go. Yeah. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Ron.
Yep.
Okay, fire department?
I don't know if this comes under fire department or emergency management. My grandson and I finally got coordinated to go put up fire signs. They are not pre-drilled. There are no holes in them. So he found, took ours down, which is actually a Sullivan sign, to make a pattern. And I think he's gonna try to go to the neighbors tomorrow and he's got a drill press.
You should be able to do 6 or 10 at a time.
Well, with a drill press, you can hold them together, but with a battery powered drill, this is
No.
gonna be a pain in the neck. But they weren't pre-drilled, I couldn't believe it. I didn't pay any attention. This is, grandma. So, anyway, we're plugging away at it. So, it's
That's
what I
it.
have.
Airport? Anything? No? Blue Spring Lake District?
You know, under airport, I checked with the Towns Association today. And it's my understanding from talking to someone on the commission and thinking about it, that we need to appoint someone to take Ed's spot, because he was the town representative to the commission. We have to have a town board member on the airport commission. But in order to appoint them, we're gonna have to have a meeting. Their next meeting is the 19th, I think.
Yeah, it's the
A week
19th.
from tonight. So you need to call a special meeting between now and then to appoint somebody on this board for the year. I don't want to do that.
Call the members, see when they're available for a special meeting.
But we can do it right now as long as this was on the agenda. We can figure out what night to do it.
Okay, we can,
Okay.
we can,
We just
We
can't
can-
figure out who we're gonna appoint tonight. That's all we can do.
you know, I have a sneaking suspicion. Dick, when you available?
Any night this week?
Any night or morning, anytime, when it's convenient. You don't have to come.
I was gonna
You
say,
don't have to come.
because I have that,
Your party,
training,
your party.
yeah, that training all week from like 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, so,
You'll need to post it, or
yes,
somebody will.
yeah.
I can,
I'm good any evening,
so am I.
and morning, I'm good at this point, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I'm good mornings and evenings, as
I
long
am
as I
too.
know.
I am too. Do you have a preference, Tim?
Evening is,
Yeah, let's do, how about Thursday,
Thursday evening.
okay,
6 o'clock?
That's the 15th.
yes.
Yeah.
Just, I'll put something.
It can be posted anytime then.
Okay.
Post it tonight if you want.
Okay.
You're not coming back by Thursday, you want to do that.
Okay. But just short, sweet, special meeting, 6 o'clock.
Special meeting to appoint,
Board member.
replacement on the airport commission for it.
And over in that building?
Might as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
Okay, we have any Blue Spring Lake business?
Not really, we're still looking at the boat launch and looking for an economical way. We dumped some gravel in there, Crapper Dick did it, he picked up half a load, because right off of the 2 ramps that are there, it had gotten eroded, so he dumped some heavy stone in there. Right now, the berm that was out there is not, somehow or another, part of it got washed away, so it's not the hazard that it was last year. We're still gonna have to deal with that at some point in time. We did look at buying another ramp or 2 ramps, and the cost was astronomical. One was $16,000. Part of that was because of the grading that we needed from. So we backed off on that. And we're just kind of.
And they wouldn't give you a cut if you put 2 or 3 in, huh?
I didn't even get back to them with putting 2 in.
After the $16 per one.
Well,
How much of that is a mobilization fee, I wonder?
a bunch of it was grading,
Oh, great.
and we're hoping to alleviate that by dumping that gravel.
Okay.
Don't tell the DNR. No, actually, we're okay with the DNR because we've got a permit to maintain.
Right,
So,
right.
other than that, nothing.
Okay, building inspector,
We didn't get any this month.
emergency management, nothing, okay. Correspondence,
Nothing.
new business, discussion and possible action to consider request by Mike Duffbeck for a variance for a reduced side lot line / road right-of-way setback from a proposed new deck on a substandard lot in an R1 zone at West 1398 South Shore Drive, pin number 024-0516-3311-024.
Is he here?
It's not here. Is he here?
Pardon me?
We can't consider.
We
it
can't
if he's not
consider
here.
it if he's not here.
And he did email a couple of times, and I told him he was on the agenda.
Well, maybe he'll come in before we know.
And let's table it for the time being. I have looked at that.
Yeah, but he has to be
He
here.
has to be here. Yep.
Discussion and possible action to establish a website for Town of Palmyra.
All right.
Laura's working on
We'll
it.
let Laura talk about that.
I did have a discussion with the gentleman that does the village the other day, and he's supposed to get back to me with a quote on costs and services that they provide. I started with just a basic plan. There's definitely, he said, services they can provide that the village doesn't get because they're on an older version. But I said, let's just get a basic one. I said, I think the biggest thing that we would want is when there's an update to the website that members can go in and ask to have an email update. He said there's a subscribe button, and you can get an update when there's any little change made to the website, or you can get specific updates. So if you just wanted, if there's a new agenda, if there's meeting minutes and things like that. So I did tell him that I'm in the class all this week, and I wouldn't have a chance until next week to look at it. And I looked, and he hasn't sent anything yet, so I'm just waiting for that proposal. And he said one thing we might want to do is to make it more personal to the town from the village is get community members to provide pictures that they would like to see on the website. And we can either do a slideshow, or we could pick a static one, like every month it would change to something new. So,
Large picture of me.
yes. Yeah, so we've got to start, and then, like I said, he's supposed to provide, you know, how much it would cost for the initial setup and how much it would cost for updates and stuff. But he said with the newer version, it's really easy for us to go in and make changes when,
For you to.
for me to make changes when we need them. Yeah, so,
Singular.
yes.
Okay, well, then we could make a final decision after all this meeting.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
If they're ready by then, we'll.
Well, I think what you would have to do is decide on the proposal,
Right.
you know, the costs and, yeah,
We can, if they have the proposal, we'll have it on the agenda for August.
yeah.
Any proposal?
And I expect that they can accomplish that pretty quickly.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're ahead of schedule now.
Yay.
Okay? Discussion, possible action, increase dog license fees. You know how much Hebrans are? Anybody check?
What are you finding out, Laura?
Did you find anything?
Just the village, what they do. I think like we're 3 and 5,
Yeah, I think
and then we have a $5 late fee, and I think they're at 5 and 10, and their late fee is 10. One reason their late fee is a little bit higher is because they felt people weren't taking it serious enough, that $5 late fee wasn't enough incentive. So,
Did you say how much it cost us to administrate over and above what we take in?
yeah, what we took in and what we got to keep, yeah, it was very
We're
minimal.
losing like $28, I think, or
Yeah,
something like
some-
that at
yeah.
the current rate for licenses.
We're, yeah,
Correct.
we're not keeping a lot of it, yeah, it's
We're
just
not keeping
a
any of it.
pittance, yeah.
so. So what would you suggest we raise it to?
Well, I think maybe to keep it with the village to start with, you know, match what they have.
What are they, at 5?
I think they're 5 and 10, and then 10 for the late fee.
Five
Five
that,
for neutered dogs.
5 that are neutered,
Right,
10.
10,
10
yeah,
that are not.
That way, ideally, then we wouldn't be losing money administering it.
right, right. And we do get to keep the late fee, that's all ours. The rest of it, there's a portion of it, which is, most of it, we have to send to the county. Yep.
So I move that we increase the dog license fees to $5 for neutered animals, $10 for unneutered, with a $10 late fee to take effect in 2022.
I would second that.
It's been moved to raise the dog license fee, as you said, neutered and unneutered, take effect in 2022. The new fees will be 5 for a neutered, 10 for non-neutered, correct? 10 late? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried. Discussion and possible action to increase the special assessment fee.
It's a fee that a company pays us for us to do research on a property, to say whether or not there's any late property taxes, if there's any special assessments against the property. And currently our fee is $10. The village at one point had gone to $25, and now I believe they're at $30. And Lori said that that's more in line with our size of the municipality. Larger cities, of course, will charge more, but right now we're at 10 and the village is at 30.
This is for a record search when a property is being sold,
Yep. Yeah.
so that establishes there's.
It's like a mini
liens.
title search, kind of, right?
Yep.
Well, it's part of the title search.
Part of the title,
As
okay.
it relates to the town, petty taxes or
Right.
special assessments. Blue Spring Lake Management District gets one like that as well. And I don't know what the management district is charging, if anything.
You're not gonna be doing much research for $10.
No, well, and you know, is now charging 30, you
30.
say. You know, I do closings, Milwaukee charges 150,
They said the larger ones.
and
made
most
a
of
lot
the
more.
other ones are 80. So 30 is certainly not out of line, and it, in fact, 30 is a bargain.
Should we make it a little higher, you think?
Yeah, I think we should.
What about 50?
I haven't seen one as low as 50 in years.
Okay. Now, the one thing that we'll keep in mind is, currently, some of the title companies have already sent in letters for current searches. So I know that they're active with us. We'll want to put together a letter to let them know what the effective date of our change is. If there's a new one that, new in that we haven't had one recently, not that it's a new title company, but if somebody comes in after we've made the change, what would we want to do?
Do they pay us in advance?
Yes, yep,
So then we do have to notify them.
right, right, so so let's say we make the change as of today, and I send a letter out to the ones that have come in recently, I would think we'd be okay with that, but if there's one that hasn't asked recently, and they send a $10 check, what would we want to do?
I think send them a notice and let them know the price is gone
Tell
up.
them to send 40 more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
so I move that we increase the special assessment fee to $50
I'll second that.
effective, I don't know,
August
do it
1st.
immediately?
August 1st.
August 1st, let's say, okay. Can you get a note out then to the ones that are
Yeah.
fairly active?
Do we have letterhead?
Boy, that's a good question.
I have town stationery, I can
You
give you
do?
one if you want, yeah. I have town stationery, I'll
Okay.
give you one, you can make some copies.
Okay.
It's been moved and seconded to increase special assessment fee from $10 to $50, effective August 1st. Been moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried, discussion and possible action to approve the updated county zoning ordinance.
Well, I just got this Friday,
I didn't have time to.
and I was
look
pretty
at
well
it.
out of it Friday. So I'm gonna suggest we table this till the August meeting. Is that with anybody's approval? Have you had a chance to look at it, Dick?
I've had a chance to review the changes, the summary changes.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of things that I wondered about. I cleared up the home occupation. I thought that was occupying. But what it is being able to have two home businesses
Right.
in one lot.
Right, we knew that was coming down the pipe.
Yeah,
So that would be two conditional uses.
Yeah,
yeah. When I first looked at it, I thought it was two houses.
yeah.
Is that then, that's in the new plan? No?
That's one of the ordinance changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not gonna get through all of them.
I didn't get through it all yet, all.
The other one I questioned was 11-03, parent L, I think. Bathrooms and accessory structures. Other than, they say the structure shall be connected to an approved private on-site wastewater treatment system. Well,
That would be a septic.
That would be a
system.
that's a septic system.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, we've got one in the works still at Blue Spring Lake, and that's a sewer system.
Yeah.
So,
So that's not on site.
no, it's a public sewer system.
Yeah. So maybe we need some clarification on that.
We
one.
need, that needs to be,
Yeah.
needs to include a public wastewater disposal
Either
system.
that or not included, one or the other. But it needs to be specific.
There was one in here to raise the maximum height from 15 feet to 18 feet for an on-site storage or garage building. I didn't find any major problem with that. But, as I said, that's the summary, and the whole zoning thing's like 150
I know.
pages.
I know,
plus.
that's why we're not done.
Do we have a copy of that?
We might have an office. We had it one time.
Well, we got it as an attachment, I didn't print it.
Yeah, I didn't.
So-
Yeah,
I
but you
didn't
want to
either.
print it off.
But maybe we should print that.
Yeah, do you want to print off?
That's their friend.
Actually, for one for the long, one for each of us.
I
think, or
think
not?
we can get one of these.
Maybe we can get one there.
I'm not sure.
Well, see if we can get, we probably only need one after you read it, and then we can just file it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take one down there.
And that's it.
So I move to table consideration until our August meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to table approval of the updated Joseph County zoning ordinance till the August meeting. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried. Discussion and possible action to update from our town hall building.
Right. One of these days, we are gonna have to move back down there. This is not gonna last forever, and we know that, according to the DOA. Laura and I have talked a little bit, I don't know if you guys have talked to her or not, but there need to be changes made over there to make it more user-friendly. And, I think if you've got time, Larry, or you've got time, Dick, maybe you guys could individually talk to Laura and try to get some ideas, she's been in there enough now to know what works and what doesn't. And try to get some ideas for what we can do and bring it back to the August meeting so we can make a decision. Maybe get some prices for what it might cost to do a few things.
I'll go over tonight and we'll look at it.
Well, we can look at it Thursday night at our meeting.
Oh, there you go, put that on the agenda.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can have the meeting in there.
Yeah, have a meeting in there and put it on the agenda to discuss that.
you won't be there, though.
Yep.
No, but
We will be.
you can see what I see.
I'm gonna talk to her tonight.
And I've talked to her.
Yeah.
I'll talk to her after the meeting, then we'll do what we want.
And that would come out of the federal funds.
Right,
Correct.
right.
And just by way of information, we have received our first payment, which was $63,000. What's it called, ARPA, or
AOPA, yeah.
whatever it is. Very restricted as to how you can use that. For example, I was really licking my chops to use that on the roads,
Not so.
but we can't.
There are a few instances where you may be able to.
Yeah. If
Very
we could
few.
demonstrate reduced income.
Yeah.
We can't. So this would be a good use. I don't imagine it would cost anywhere near that amount
Oh.
of money.
No.
And the guidelines for how that money could be used change like twice a week. And the Towns Association is very good at keeping us up to date, but it just keeps changing and changing and changing. There is I think there's another online meeting that the Town Association is having.
Yeah, I saw that too. I think it's the 17th.
And there's a in-person county highway meeting also
Okay.
on the 20th, I think. Yep, the 20th at the Jefferson County Highway Department, and I will be attending that.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Thank you. Where are you going, Shelley?
Yeah, and it's really weird because he emailed me like, it's just the times that. What are you doing here? So I'll reach out to him and like,
One of us, I stand one council for SG. And then, so we gotta replace that. That's all. And we're getting good turnout. We got really good turnout. Again, our county seller. Oh, was she? Methodist Church.
Oh, thank you, Mayor.
Yeah. This is kind of like, Elmira. We'll see what goes. If somebody gets, somebody, violates. And, let's say, anyway, let's say they violated, and so the town finds them. Oh, I'll tell you part of where there is a boundary dispute, okay? And the two property owners can decide what to do. So they, the town can send a fence, what they call a fence. They can send two board members out to look at the situation and make a determination. And they put it on the other side of our driveway and the town. No, let's say, no, let's say they built a fence. Mr. Right Side pays it, Mr. Left Side owes, and Mr. Right Side spent all the money.
They have a habit of having a quorum after every fucking meeting. I'm gonna start putting it on record. The district attorney already knows I videotape the meetings and I don't edit. The district attorney, she already knows that I don't edit. And the short one's been fine before. No, we know them. I don't know. She's trying to do an imitation Kamala Harris or what? But
Harmony.
I don't know why you couldn't put a short temporary curtain wall in here that you could open and close and not have to expand it next door. You might need a little creativity for that, but it's been working pretty good so far with the COVID. And you got plenty of heaters.
You come down Highway
You
8.
can put them on a timer so they kick on and off at a certain time.
Because I have a lead foot, the best road is to come down D and then be over there. Because otherwise, there's a lot of roads where you can normally.
D.
Yeah.
Did you live close to Donna?
I guess a while.
You live close by to Donna?
My shop is right here on town property and I rent
My
it.
dad would be proud.
I've got some hanging I'm working on down here.
Okay. Are you a town resident?
Okay, I will run up here and take a look. Okay,
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming, you all.
Hey, run over. Yeah.
You just didn't have anything else to do?
In your car, so I stopped.
Oh,
I thought it was airport.
oh, that's on the 15th, the airport commission.
But I learned lots here. I learned lots.
Oh, you did?
I don't understand it, but I learned lots.
Tonight?
Yes,
Okay.
this building is terrible.
Oh,
This is a disgrace.
it is?
Yes. For much money I put in it, and
Oh, well, it's better than the one next door.
this should be painted floor and nice building.
Yeah. Careful when you're going on.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
It wouldn't matter.